Hello all together. It's a lovely summer's day. Lovely. Actually, it's getting a bit too hot here. It's over 30. And so I have to hide inside and do something else. So, what am I doing? Today, I just wanted to let you know about this Humble Bundle here that's available. Humble Bundle is essentially a way of bundling together content, selling it, and giving a part of whatever you pay to charity. You can actually adjust it as well, but they're normally really good deals. And quite often, I have fallen victim to taking a Humble Bundle, thinking, yeah, of course, that's so much content, you have to have it for that price, and then not to actually look at it again because my hard disk is getting a bit full. But this one is a bit different. This is not a collection of PDFs. This is a collection of content for the Alchemy virtual tabletop, which they call themselves VTT these days. Never used to. It used to be called Alchemy RPG. So if you followed the channel for a while, you might know that I've made some videos on it. I've run some games on it. I'm not an absolute alchemy expert by any means, but I do enjoy what it offers. So I just thought I'd share with you what you can actually get for it now. So this is the Humble Bundle page. If you just look for it, you'll find it very, very easily. And this is the sort of stuff you can get. Basically, there are 3 different bundle levels. For 90 pence, you can get the Investigator's Handbook and the starter set. So that's $40 of content, apparently. For the 6-item bundle, you basically get the Keeper's Rulebook, the Arkham sourcebook, Keeper Screen Pack, reference information, sample sanity or insanities, things like that. No Time to Scream, which is, I think, an adventure. Then we've got, I think it's quite new, actually. Then we've got Investigator's Handbook again at the starter set as per the lowest level. And for that, you have to pay at least £9. Don't know what that's in dollars. Maybe 12 or so. Or 11 or 10. If you go for the top level, and you can pay $16.32, that's a pretty good price. What's that? It's under 20 euros. You get the starter set. You get the whole Masks of Nyarlathotep. Nyarlathotep. No, not quite. You know, you can read it. We've got the Keeper Rulebook. Again, we've got Arkham, we've got the Keeper, we've got No Time to Scream, and the other bits. So you basically get the whole thing, plus the enhanced edition of the starter set. And basically what you do is you buy it here, you then can redeem a code. Oh, by the way, you can actually up your donation if you want, and you can adjust your donation down here. So, for example, if you pay £31, you can see how that splits, and you can actually say, no, I want to give a bit more to charity, or you can even tweak it so much to say, actually, I want the charity to get the most. So if that's what you want to do, do it, yeah? That's pretty good, I think, of the content providers to offer you that. Basically, you can pay them very little for their content. So, coming back to this, basically wanted to show you now in Alchemy what it looks like. You get a code, you redeem the code on the Alchemy Marketplace. It's relatively simple. You go here to the Marketplace. I've redeemed it already, so this won't work for me, but at least I can show you where. Top right here, you get redeem code, and you enter the code you get from Humble Bundle here, redeem it, and it's added to your universes. You can see they've got lots of stuff available. Some of them sounds quite cool, but as I said, I've got far too many of these, let's put it that way, for the amount of games I'm playing. So, yeah, universes. So basically, you then get a universe here. I've got a few, so I'm just going to look for Cthulhu up here, rather than flicking through them all. And that's what it looks like then. So this universe is essentially your Cthulhu bookshelf. Yeah, all your content together. You've got the enhanced starter set, the normal starter set, which I think, yeah, that's on the lowest bundle level, isn't it? You've got the Keeper Rulebook, Investigator Handbook, which is sort of advice to investigators how to play the game. No Time to Scream, an adventure. And you, as you can see, you get the content, you get the text for this, and then you get bits and pieces. That's another adventure, so you get the text for it. But you also get some scenes behind it and some NPCs. So NPCs here, for example, pre-made characters to play with. You can have the handouts for this and the scenes for the different adventures. Yeah, just so if you don't know what Alchemy looks like, I'll show you in a minute what some of this stuff looks like. You get the Arkham bit. You get the masks. Now, one of the cool things on Alchemy is, yeah, the mask is a huge adventure. with lots of resources. So even if you wanted to, I'm not recommending this, even if you wanted to lift those assets and use them in, I don't know, Foundry, you can, because you always have the Assets tab here. And on here you've got all the handouts, all the artworks as files, and you can actually, it's a bit tricky, you have to click over here, like in the gray space next to the publisher. You can select all, and you can actually download these, and then you can use them as digitized assets in whatever form you want, which I think is quite cool. You can stick them on YouTube, sorry, not on YouTube, on Discord for your players, things like that. So, for example, if we have a map, looks like this. Yeah, it gives you the art credit and the link to the publishers or to the artist as well. So, yeah, what does it look like in Alchemy? Now, I've made a little game. The game I made is just for the starter kit, so just to give you an impression. So, quick start, I should say. So, you join the game. This is a typical Alchemy screen. If you want to check it out a bit more, you can. I've made a character here with another fake player. Yeah. And basically, the character sheet looks like this. So you've got the characteristics, you've got the attributes, you've got all the skills down here. Cthulhu has a huge number of skills, if you remember. This is a character I'm actually playing in a different campaign. You can have gear, you can have some spells on here, you can have a bit of backstory if you want to. I haven't entered any. And you can have your trackers here, your hit points, your sanity trackers. I'm reasonably sane considering that we've been playing for, I don't know, 3-4 years now. 3 years, I think. So that basically allows you then, if I'm playing this character, it's all a bit big. I hope that you can see that okay. Sorry, play as is what I'm trying to do. Play as the character. You then get, I might zoom out this so you see a bit more of it. So down here in the corner, you basically get your luck. So if you want to make a luck roll, you just hit it and see what happens. Hey, success. Or sanity roll. Yeah, very good success. And you also get all your skills and attributes down here. And you can have some actions. Now, I haven't configured any, and the only one that comes automatically is the unarmed brawl attack. So that is an action that is configured to roll against my skill, so extreme success. Then rolls for my damage and for my damage bonus. So you can open the roll here and you see what the roll was. You can also push a roll. So if you say, I want to push the damage roll, if your keeper lets you, you can push those and has the same result. Great. But just to show you the functionality here, got a little bit of equipment here. And one of the things you do on basic role-playing BRP systems is whenever you successfully use a skill, you tick it and then you can have a chance to prove it. You can do that here. That's this little radio button on the side. It's all a bit small. I appreciate that. But basically, that's not automated in any way as far as I can tell from playing with it this morning. It is basically just a sign to say, roll for this one later. So all that's manual. Whereas, for example, in games like Dragonbane on Foundry, and that's probably on Cthulhu on Foundry, that is automated. So you have the basic character functionality here, and you then have the content here. So you've got the starter set, for example. Let me just get rid of him. And one limitation, but I'll show you a way around it, is if you go to different scene. That one doesn't work. Alone Against the Flames. This is a pick your own adventure, choose your own path, basically little introductory encounter, let's call it, for Cthulhu. I just played it through this morning. If you want me to do that on stream, then leave a comment. I'll do that. But basically, you get the story here. The story is in that little corner. I find that quite hard to read, especially if you're jumping back and forth. But I'll show you how else you can do it. You have some GM tools. They're not configured on this one here. And you've got the handouts for the entire thing that you have loaded. So not just for this little bit, but as a GM, you can see them all. And handouts look, for example, like this. Yeah, and then you can share them with players. Yeah, I think it's up here. You can edit it. Oh, you can also put the plain text in here if you want to. you can share that. Is it right click? Yeah, right click on the handout and share if you want to share with your players. Right, so you basically get the content here, and you get, as I said, the NPCs here, if there are any. I don't think there are any NPCs in this one. If I wanted to add one, it will then go into the templates or the in-game characters that we have here. So, for example, I've got some NPCs from the other adventures. So I could put the lurker and the attic into this scene by doing this. Yeah, so this is quite useful, I think. You can also create your own characters. Or investigators here. Yeah? All right. As I said, this is not an exhaustive video at all about Cthulhu, just to show you the sort of thing you can get with this Humble Bundle. Down here is a function to just compile a custom roll, basically D100 into D8. Right. If I come out of this game for a moment and go back into my universe, I'll show you the trick of how I would actually run, or have run this game, this sort of game. So I would have one window open with the actual VTT, and then as the runner of the game, as the keeper, you can go into here, solo introductory adventure, and basically you get another content window like this. You can make it a bit narrower, but you will lose this thing on the side. So, and that it basically allows you to manage this much better. Let me just again zoom in a bit. So, for example, this is where you're going. Scene number 1. You read it. It says go to 263. That's a lot of scrolling. Luckily, if your screen is your browser window is wide enough, you've got this navigation bar on the side. 263. You should be able to just click on it and jump to it. It worked earlier, but I had to refresh it once. So 263, now it works. Yeah, so if it doesn't work first time around, refresh it. And that's basically almost 263, okay. Doesn't quite take you to the right spot, don't know why. You read this through, and then you say when you hear that go to 8, you basically, on the one side you work with your character sheet, and this is a much easier way, I think, of reading it. So 8, yeah, it jumps there. Does it go to 8 this time? It does. So, that's basically how you would navigate all this content. But look at all this stuff you're getting here, like Arkham, for example. You get all this, whereas Arkham, history of Arkham, about Arkham. You can embed this sort of stuff as well. You get little blocks that allow you to embed text. For example, if you run your own wiki or something, you can embed this sort of stuff. Very useful. Yeah, very useful. Yeah, if you've got any questions about it, then leave me a comment. I'll stick this on YouTube as well. But I think for, what did I pay? 16, 20 pounds, something like that. This is an awful lot of content. And I could imagine myself running Call of Cthulhu on here rather than on Foundry, because it's, yeah, theater of the mind focus. And you have all the handouts done here. Yeah, the hours it would take me to get all those maps in otherwise. Yeah, you've got it all here. So, quite charmed. Anyway, I hope this is of some use to some of you. Leave a comment, leave a like, leave a follow, leave a sub, whatever you want to do. All appreciated. And I might be back because I've got lots of other things to talk about from this holiday. I've still got The Great Dark, which has been delivered. I haven't shown you that yet in paper. I've got some Hexen stuff here. So definitely lots of stuff to talk about. Dreams and Machines. Anyway, see you soon.